All right, welcome. My name is Danielle Harbert. I am a career development coach at Ben Hudnall Memorial Trust. Thank you for joining us for resume tips and techniques. And this is part of the Career Development Month. This will be recorded and a link will be sent to you after the workshop series. So in case you want to review it again, we'll go ahead and send that out. So let's get started. So first, what is a resume? So a resume is a tool to promote your unique combination of education, experiences, skills, qualifications, and activities that directly relate to the position you are applying for. So this is your chance to grab the reader's attention to generate an interview. So think of this as your big picture. It's your chance to give a snapshot of what you believe are your most important experiences and qualifications for the position. And then let's review what resumes are not. So resumes are not an opportunity to list everything that you've ever done in your lifespan. So since your resume will be tailored specifically to a position you're applying for, you want to make sure that you're highlighting the skills and experiences that relate directly to the position. If you're wondering where a good place to list everything you've ever done would be, that would be LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a professional networking platform where you're able to add more details, more information on everything you've done in your lifespan. Resumes are not a guarantee for an interview or a job offer. And then resumes are also not a document to tell a recruiter or hiring manager what you want. This is your chance to really hone in on the position you're applying for and share your experiences and qualifications that align with that position you're applying for. And then lastly, resumes are not a one size fits all document. So as mentioned before, your resume is going to be tailored to the position. So your resume will be updated and modified often during your job search. And your resume will be fluid and ever changing when you're applying for different roles. Next, we have the resume basics. So your resume should be concise. It should be facts and clear, easy to read style. Your resume should be organized. The reader should be able to see the skills and experiences you have at a glance. So the average recruiter spends between 6 to 8 seconds looking at your resume before they decide whether you are suitable for the next step. So it's really important that your resume is well organized and easy to read. Your resume should also be dynamic. So your resume should use strong action verbs and keywords. And through the bhmt.org website, we do have helpful tips, including lists of action verbs that you can put on your resume. Your resume should be neat and well formatted. So the appearance of your resume tells the reader a lot about you. You want to make sure that the reader will be able to skim through your resume and pick out the most relevant information, as well as having your resume clearly highlight the most attractive skills and experiences. So making sure that it's neat is going to really help the reader catch what skills and experiences that they're looking for. And then lastly, your resume should be accurate. You want to make sure that the dates and job titles are accurate and that you're telling the reader what it is that you have done in the past. You want to also make sure that your spelling and your grammar and the formatting is correct. It just makes it a lot easier for a reader to read a well formatted resume with proper grammar and spelling. And here we have the types of resumes. So there are 3 different types of resumes. There's chronological, functional, and combination. Chronological resumes, these are the most commonly used and they're the most universally accepted. So this resume showcases your experiences in reverse chronological order. So this is presenting from present to past. So you'll put your present history first, and then your past will be at the bottom. This style is compatible with many applicant tracking systems, so also known as ATS. This is a software where your resume is scanned through, and then it'll pick out for these key experiences and skills that the hiring manager sets. So then your resume will be pooled as long as you have those experiences that they're looking for. Next is the functional resume. So this functional resume format focuses on skills and abilities, so not necessarily work experience. This resume format's typically used by job seekers who are changing careers, and it also may be a good fit for those who have employment gaps. And then lastly, we have the combination resume. The combination resume format is a mix of the chronological resume and the functional resume. So this showcases both your skills and your work history in one. And then here we have the sections to include on your resume. Depending on your skills and experiences, you may not have all of these sections. That's okay. These are some sections that you could potentially include on your resume. So we have the header, career profile or professional summary, professional experience or clinical experience, honors and awards, professional organizations and memberships, volunteer experience or special projects, technical skills, and education and certifications. So next we'll highlight some of the sections and showcase how to format them. So here you see the header section. So the first line should be your name. You'll want it to be the largest font on your resume so that it stands out. So typically that's anywhere from 14-point font to 18-point font. You'll want to make sure that it looks clean. So you'll want to avoid using any decorative fonts. And then exclude any titles such as Mr., Mrs., Miss. But if you do decide that you want to add any credentials behind your name, you can do that. So such as RN, MBA, MS, things like that, you can go ahead and add that after your name. Below your name, you want to include your contact information. So this includes your address, your email address, your phone number, and you can also add the LinkedIn. That is optional, but you can also add that. So for your address, only include the city, state, and zip code. There's no need to put your full address out there. And for your email address, you want to make sure that it is professional sounding. So you want to stay away from any risque verbiage or don't include any references to your age. So the one you see here is very formal, robert.smith@gmail.com. That's a perfect email address. And then for your phone number, you want to make sure that your voicemail is set up. So make sure that the greeting is either set to the default message or that you just make sure that your voicemail greeting is appropriate. Because if you get a phone call and your voicemail is not set up, nobody can leave a message and you won't know that you've been called maybe for an interview. And then if you do decide that you want to add your LinkedIn, you can create a custom URL so that hiring managers can easily access your profile. So you can see here, it says linkedin.com/in/RD Smith. The RD Smith is the one that Robert Smith customized. So I would recommend if you do a LinkedIn hyperlink that you go ahead and customize it. If not, it'll be numbers and letters and it'll be a little difficult for the hiring manager to search. And then here we have the summary of qualifications or profile section. So this section is going to be customized for each position you're applying for. This is your chance to highlight the key skills and experiences you have that align with the position qualifications and job duties that are found on the posting. So this section is going to highlight your biggest achievements to date. It'll mention your profession, and it'll include 2 to 3 of your top skills. And then again, this should be tailored to the organization's needs or the job qualifications. And then also think of it as answering the question, what can you do for me? So what are you going to be able to bring to the job that you are applying for? And then here we have the professional experience section. This section is dedicated to your most recent and relevant employment. So as you can see here, the format is neat and clear. You have the employer and position on the first line. If you'd like to include the department you are in, that is optional. And then you see that on the second line, we have the location and the time span. You don't have to be specific. So as you see here, it says March 20th, 2020. You don't necessarily need to put the 20 in there. You can just put March 2020, and that'll be okay. So just the month and the year. When it comes to bullet point statements, this is your chance to explain your role and your contributions. So you don't necessarily want to emphasize the duties themselves, but you want to emphasize your accomplishments and your outcomes. So when writing your bullet point statements, you want to also watch the tenses. If you are currently in a position, you can use present tense or past tense. And then if you are no longer in the position, you'll use past tense for your bullet statements. And then here we'll look at the professional accomplishments, so those bullet statements. I'll go ahead and read the first two here. So earned 95% customer service satisfaction score for delivering professional and knowledgeable service regarding plan and coverage inquiries and handling member complaints. And instrumental in helping department exceed its goals for recruiting new members by effectively communicating information regarding plan and coverage options to help prospective enrollees make decisions. So these are an example of how a person made a significant contribution to an employer and a department. So when creating your bullet statements, you'll want to think about what were you doing? How did you do it? Why did you do it? And what was the result of doing it? So thinking about those questions will help you write your bullet statement. And also on our website, bhmt.org, we do have a helpful handout. And if you are a visual learner, it'll be really helpful for you to see and write down or type out if you want to do it on a computer. What you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, and what the result is. And that will help you create your bullet statement. Also, if you can add any numbers or quantify it, this will also strengthen your bullet statement. So as you see on that first one, they earned 95% customer service satisfaction. So that strengthens the bullet point and lets the reader know by what percentage they increased. And then also you want to make sure that you're using strong action verbs. So this you want to make sure that you are not using the same action verb for each statement. So as you can see here, they're using different action verbs to start each of their bullet statements. And then next here we have the education section. So this is a section where you have your degrees, whether you've already earned them or if you are in the process of earning them, you'll still want to put them on your resume. So the degree should include the name of the college or university, the degree title and major that you are earning or that you have earned, the date, which includes the month and the year that you have obtained the degree or when you're expecting to complete the degree. You can also include special awards or projects that you've completed within this degree. And if your GPA is above a 3.0, you can include that as well. And then you can also add certifications to this section. So if you've earned any certifications or if you are in the process of earning the certifications, you can add them under your education section. And your education section should not include any high school information. Unless that's the highest level of education received, then you'll want to include your high school information. And here we have the resume all put together. So this is a sample resume that you could take a look at. As you can see, it starts with the header, then the summary of qualifications, followed by the professional experience, and then ending with education and training. So again, resumes are fluid, they're ever changing. You'll need to adjust your resume to reflect your skills and experiences to the position you're seeking. Not everyone's resume is going to look the same. Everyone has different experiences, they have different skills. So if you're looking at someone else's resume, it may not look exactly like yours, and that's okay. Um, you'll want to make sure that you do keep your resume to one full page. If you do have 10 or more years of experience, you can create a two-page resume. You just want to make sure that it's the two full-page resume. And then now I bet you're all wondering, how do you get started? How do I get support with my resume, right? So here are some helpful QR codes. The first one you'll see here is to discover BHMT programs and services. So this will take you to find programs and services that match your goals. You can also register on the website for programs that qualify for self-enrollment. So those are some like LinkedIn Learning, undergraduate certificates, continued education courses. And then next, the middle one, by scanning that one will take you to make an appointment and meet with your career development coach. Some of the programs that we offer, you do need to meet with your career development coach in order to enroll. And some of those programs are the degrees, graduate certificates, individual stipend. This is also an opportunity to discuss your goals with your career development coach, to explore options, create individual action plans. If you need support, individualized support with your resume, make an appointment with your career development coach, and they can support you with that. And then the last one here, you can scan that QR code and it'll take you to explore programs of interest. So after meeting with your career development coach and ensuring you meet the qualifications to apply, you'll be able to complete the enrollment process and get started. And then lastly, here we have the BHMT portal where you can log in to locate BHMT services, programs, information on booking an appointment with your career development coach. So if this is your first time logging into your BHMT career development portal, you can see where the red circle is. You'll want to create your password there as a first time user, and then you'll be able to log in to find out more about our programs and also book your appointment with your career development coach. So you can go ahead and scan that QR code, and that will take you to the career development portal. And now it's time for questions. I just want to thank you again for attending Resume Techniques and Tips workshop as part of the Career Development Month. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to make an appointment with your career development coach for more individualized support on your resume.